FHS in 2024 in Dubai, and I'm with Zacky.
Yes.
From Cavendish Maxwell
Consultancy.
Consulting
yes.
company.
Yeah.
And how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you? Thank you
I'm
very
good,
much.
Thank you. Tell me your primary interest to come to this forum.
So, as a sort of chartered surveying firm, regulated by RICS, we work across all asset classes, but obviously based in this region, hospitality is a quite significant asset class for us, and we already operate amongst quite a lot of clients within that sector, so that's the reason why we're here.
So what kind of consulting projects you are doing?
So we do various things from valuing the real estate, that's land and buildings, but also plant machinery and business assets for operational real estate such as hotels. That can involve all the equipment, all the right the way thing down to the cutlery, if you like, within the facility that we can value. We also do a lot of what we call sort of highest and best use market studies, financial feasibility studies on various concepts around the region. And they would be probably the two main sort of service lines.
What are your main market?
So we operate in the UAE, in the Emirates, throughout the UAE, Oman, Kuwait, and soon Saudi.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you say Saudi, I must ask you, what's your plan to grow in Saudi, because they are preparing for the Vision 2030?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So how you are expanding, and what's your project going on or in future in Saudi?
So we're probably a little bit we held off a little bit compared to some of our peers. We officially will be in Saudi in Q4 of this year, but we've been working a lot across Saudi over the years. So in terms of Vision 2030, obviously we have quite ambitious regional expansion plans, and Saudi is very much a big part of that for us.
That's correct. And besides GCC, you want to expand in some other region too, or you have already some business?
Perhaps in the medium to long term. I think the short term we're focused very much on the GCC.
GCC
for now. Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you get your investors or projects to do the feasibility studies or whatever from different B2B shows?
Yeah. So I think what usually happens is you have the clients, which can be multiple. That could be public sector or private sector. So various stakeholders. We work a lot with financial institutions, with a lot of the banks, for example, and also working with developers and sort of other stakeholders. So they may have a concept, we help validate that concept or help support the validation of that concept. Going right the way through to sometimes they're sat on a lot of land bank and they just want to try and, they not necessarily have the concept, they want to know what they should be doing, which is where we look at the highest and best use, and hospitality features very heavily within that, obviously because of the ambitions of 2030 and the sort of tourism, numbers that were anticipated and then exceeded, ahead of schedule for Saudi. So this is very much a growth sector for that market.
Zacky, tell me, in terms of hospitality deployment, what do you see the future?
Look, I think there's a lot of an increase in relevance on wellness, and if you look that sort of segment is growing, and I think along with adventure tourism, so I think those two are certainly very, very interesting for this region. I think you look at markets such as Ras Al Khaimah, who've capitalised on that quite well. Even Dubai to a certain extent with some of the activities that they offer, and Saudi being the 13th largest country in the world on land mass, with a very vast sort of space and very different, very different between the north, the south, the east, the west. They also are well placed to sort of capitalise on those growth areas.
Thank you so much for talking to Travel and to World, Zacky.
No worries, yeah.
Have a lovely show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.